which centers on theme intellectual property, patent and technology transfer, which plays a pivotal role in protecting innovative ideas and safeguarding invention, which results from years of hard work and research. But before starting our today's session, I would like to request our respected Madam Chairperson to please give her kind permission to commence the proceeding of the panel. Thank you so much, ma'am.
It's my honor to begin with the first question with our esteemed chairperson, Dr. Andres. Ma'am, what are your views on the challenges faced by the pharmaceutical scientists in translating lab-based research into patentable innovation?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for here today for this conference, and it's very delightful to be here in this panel session. Yes, the thing that we have encountered as an academic researcher on how we can actually commercialize our product, there are a lot of challenges along the way. First thing is we have the we can say that as an academic researcher, we are very isolated. Right? So in that sense, you are not very connected to the outside world. So whatever that we are doing is really very it could be very fundamental or very subjective, things like that. But in order for us to translate it, we really need to collaborate and know what is happening outside and also the industry level. And also, we need funding. Funding is a key issue that we always face in our research.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable input.
My next question would be from Dr. Yashoda Krishnan Saraswati, who is joining us online. So, how can a developing country like India encourage technology transfer in herbal and pharmacological innovations?
Morning, everyone. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me. So, it is a very tricky question, but first thing is that you need to have supporting system, establish some lab, so that regional lab, herbal lab, QC lab, where they can perform their research in respect to that, and government also need to prosperate the public-private partnership. Then you can focus on value addition programs. For example, you see moringa powder, ashwagandha powder, where Himalaya pharmaceutical company, Patanjali, which they have done effectively. Making the ashwagandha powder in the form of capsules, tablets, nanosuspension form. Then even the government have to create correct rules so that patents are protected and intellectual properties are protected. Thank you. That is my answer.
Thank you, sir. Hopefully, we will have more and more regional labs in our country. Thank you so much.
My next question is from Mr. Mahajan. So, how can startups and industries like yours work more closely with universities to convert research ideas into real products?
Startups can, government subsidies are there, we can easily start the work from the subsidies part. Then we can have an innovative idea about what exactly the problem is. Then we can have the step-by-step process for the what we call from the point where we want to solve the problem. Then we can go what the final commercialized product is. And this is the requirement from the IPO. So we can easily cover that. Government is doing a very good job. Indian government especially doing a very good job for the startup and for the any innovation you want to build with.
Thank you, sir, for your words.
My next question is from Dr. Preetham Siraskar. Sir, how do you see technology transfer evolving in world increasingly shaped by digitalization, automation, and AI-driven manufacturing?
So first of all, thanks for having this 2 days lab to market conference. Very important thing, from lab to market, technology transfer plays very important role, because there will be a major gaps when you are preparing a batch or this different process. So from lab scale to when you are taking it to the exhibit level or commercial level, you will have a various challenges. It may be due to differentiation in the equipment which was used in lab during the development. When it will come to commercialization or exhibit or engineering batches, your equipment will be different, the technology will be different, your various excipients, their quality will be different. So when you are doing the commercial batches, you will have a different problems which was not arise during the lab scale development or pilot plant scale up. So you will very conscious about those differences, why it is not behaving like a lab scale production. So there are various technologies available in a current scenario, like quality by design concept, your PAT process analytical techniques are there. In a quality by design, there are several like design of experiment where you can neglect various lab scale developments by putting what process variable you require, what are the critical process parameters, what are the critical quality attributes which impacting on the product. You can easily analyze and you can reduce those several batches during the lab scale. So technology transfer plays very important role during the drug development. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Surely this will help us a lot.
So my next question is from Mr. Sakshi Bansal. So how do independent analytical laboratories safeguard priority methods and client data during technological transfer?
Good morning to all of you. There is a safeguard for during technology transfer. The independent laboratories lies a different aspect of safeguard, like first of all legal safeguard for distribution of responsibility between the technology transfer doer and acceptor, and legal safeguards also includes the non-disclosure agreements with the laboratory. Also, there is quality attributes involved in the technology transfer, which type of data will be shared and which one having got responsibility to share the data and share the information regarding technology transfer. Also, there are some training and training programs are there for the employees of the testing laboratory, and in which we ensure the integrity of the data. We have not disclosed to anyone. We are following the ELCO and the laboratory for readiness and for the accuracy of the data. Also, there are some other aspects to control the integrity of the data for the disclosure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your insights.
My next question is from Dr. Yashoda. So what are the ethical considerations when patenting compound derived from indigenous medicinal plants?
Patenting, when considering patenting for traditional plants, it is somewhat tricky because all the data is in society driven and the transfer of idea is done by mouth to mouth. But anyhow, but when you do it, when you find a new molecule or new chemical constraint, you can patent. For example, you can see artemisinin was found and scientists who discovered it also got Nobel Prize. But curcumin, it is already known in around 18th century. We know that curcumin is yellow compound which is responsible for antimicrobial activity. So they don't give curcumin. There were some instances where around US they have given patents even to neem tree and turmeric, but India, our government, our scientists have fought with the US people and they revoked the patent. Whenever you find new formulation, it is also possible. For example, in curcumin, you can make it different formulations because curcumin is not, it is water insoluble. You can make it into lipid soluble with phospholipids and then patent is given. And also for that is now time formulation. For example, you mix herbal formulation with synthetic. One more, let me put here best example. Curcumin is a fatty substance. The given patent. Then one more, donictyl, which is used for Alzheimer's disease, is ginkgo biloba. Now, see, one is synthetic drug and another one is natural. Such way, if you do effectively, then you file the patent, you will get. Other way, because as I was telling, it is the technology, special technology is transferred by mouth to mouth. It is very difficult to get patent in the traditional method unless you do like identification of new chemical components or a new methodology for identification. For ashwagandha, they found new methodology, they got patent. So that is the way. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I hope people who are working, students who are working on herbal product will help this a lot. Thank you so much.
Moving forward to Dr. Arthur, how do you balance between open scientific labs and protecting intellectual property rights in academic research?
Okay, finding a balance between opening the disclosure of our research and also in the IP, the commercialization part, is really a struggle, a challenge. Right? Because as an academic, the key thing that we need to do is to publish. If we do not publish, we perish. Right? So it's really a waste of time. We need to know what we can publish, what we can not publish. If we have found that during our research earlier on, we know that something is novel, that can be patented. Something that is commercializable, that can be patented. While things that can be published are things that are very fundamental knowledge, like facts. So those are things that you can disclose it with openly. That's the first thing. Or the next thing that you can do is to, if you have found something that is novel, that is really useful, and you find benefit of it for the community, it's best to patent it first. Then you can publish it. It's a safeguard for you in that sense. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
My next question is from Dr. Bansal. So from production point of view, what are the biggest challenges in scaling up the technology transfer from R&D to manufacturing?
Okay. So the biggest challenge during the transfer from the pilot run to scale-up batches or in exhibit batches, because in lab skills they have the data but they don't have the similar kind of equipment and similar kind of person. That's why the concept in a pharmaceutical industry, we are taking the 3 validation batches, we are applying the QBD approach. So we have the SOPs, we have the procedure, we have the PPR, PMR where stepwise instruction is given. So there is no need to put your brain, only you have to follow those instructions. So anybody from entire 3 shifts, if he will prepare the batch, it will get the same quality and that will be tested in a QC. Whatever process will be there, we will collect the samples. They may be means the representative of the batch, and we will take the all results. Based on that, we can finalize whether the batch is meeting the pre-specified limits or not, and based on that, we will decide if it is not a coincidence. So we will implicate into 3 validation batches, and based on that, we will file into the particular regulatory market where we want to deliver this drug, and based upon their acceptance, the commercialization will take place. So there may be a various challenges, like some of the steps we need to be at during the commercialization or during exhibit batches. So the scientists from the R&D and technology transfer, or right now the new term in the industry, there is another department, manufacturing science and technology, AMSA department, who is bringing their knowledge. They will check entire process where they can changes if any changes is required, or any process which taking a time and which is not essential, that can be reduced from the process if results are good. So there will be always a chance of reduction and addition of the steps process to meet the pre-specifications. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is something new that we are doing now. Thank you so much.
Moving forward, my next question is from Mr. Aman. So, from an industry point of view, what qualities make academic research attractive for collab or investment?
For collaboration, the first requirement is for the commercialization. If the product is can be commercialized, the product is it is the problem statement. Again, the commercial part is really very important. Then only a collaboration or a working can be done on any of the products.
Many startups and innovations which are almost in their patent, but still they can't reach commercialization despite being very good product.
Again, there is a problem with the understanding level of the what we call the problem statement. If they, like in the case earlier discussion was, medicine should be having some of the flavors and some of the, they will be having some of the taste. Is it a requirement? Maybe with the nutraceutical you can go with the flavors and something. But in the case of medicine, if you are talking of particularly medicine, there will be no requirement. So this is the cases, it's very on the cases to cases, and depending upon the requirement, it changes. What exactly the trends are in the industry and what exactly the requirements are.
But so sometimes people do have a problem statement. They have a good problem with them and they have a very good solution also. But sometimes before patenting, if the idea is to somebody else and it gets like the other people use it for their benefit. So how do people protect that before reaching out to somebody else?
That's what the patents are required.
No, sir, before patenting, if it is discussed by somebody else, scientific researchers and everybody, and it gets leaked by somebody. So how do the people protect that?
before patenting, we document all the things. And document says each and every, if we start a product from this scratch, then we will be analyzing funding, we will prepare a SOP for that, we will be having a validation for that. That document says each and everything. That's how the things done.
Next question is from Dr. Yashoda Krishna Chanapati. Sir, how can a technology transfer officials in university be strengthened to handle IP management more effectively, intellectual property?
So for technology transfer, just like the speakers we were telling you, just now, I just told the same answer I think. Going for what is that? Focusing on value addition, establishing more labs in terms of herbal, because India is rich in herbal source from nature. We used to get treated with the help of hair, the local healer. So if that is proven scientifically, it will definitely boost. I think we have that, what is that? Government has started one Ayurvedic center also. There are many regional centers, labs like CSIR labs, IICT, which Nipur in Hyderabad, IICT in Hyderabad, which they do and confirm the claim by traditional people, and if we do the lab and research lab for head, QC lab for analysis, then it will definitely boost so that our products can be value addition. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
My next question is from Dr. Audrey. As discussed with Mr. Majan sir, how can academic researchers ensure their biomedical discoveries are protected under intellectual property laws before publishing?
Thank you for that question. Right. What we can do is, so we are not supposed to publish it openly to the public, like going for conferences or posters or anything like that. But if we are doing discussion between our collaborators, we have to make sure that there is an agreement between us and the collaborators. So you have to sign the confidentiality agreement or the material transfer. So it has to be, this is really, again, about trust, right? Trust and also the integrity. So in order to protect each other, it's best to have those agreements signed so that everyone is protected.
Pharmaceutical product development.
So, as Madam already said, when you are doing something in a research field, why literature review is important? Because from literature review you can get to know whether work is innovative or not. Second thing, somebody has done, or is there any chances which can be patented, which is already published, you cannot patent it, right? So it is your patience to not publish that work in a conferences or research publications anywhere. Because if you see in a market where patent will get deactivated, there are so many competitors who are working and waiting for that only that day when it is over, and on a same day they are trying to get patented and marketed those products into their country to get more revenue and more benefit. So there will be a chances, because we also facing the same problem. We have the tremendous pressure to reach and to make those products in our company similar as the patentee who is getting deactivated. So there are the challenges. Second thing, we have to make as similar as the innovator product. So the most important thing, if you are doing something different and you know it is this on this no one is done, you have to be protected. But the thing is, you have to be more patient and have to wait for the last time. Then and then you will there will be a chances to get the patent and have a successful product in a market. Thank you.
Considering the patent, so my question, I have one more question to you. So if there are today, as AI generation is there, so there are so many products which are AI related also, and some are physical. Some are in AI form and some are physical. So what is the difference between patenting these differently?
So AI is working in an industry from last 15 years, but getting the boom right now. Because we are using several equipment where AI is working. If I give an example, we have the several automatic machines where they are getting the data when it was started, which sensor were deactivated, when due to which breakdown was happened, what goes wrong in a process due to which machine came to breakdown. So all audit trails and the alarms are available in a machines. But the thing is how we are utilizing. So there may be a chances, because through the using AI you can get the data, but you cannot copy that one, right? Because we simply using the ChatGPT, Gemini, and we are putting the data, so we will get the information and we will think we have all the things. But in a reality, there is a different thing, because the test, the methodology used for particular product during the development phase, it cannot be available in a system. So in intellectual property right, whatever filings we are doing with respect to particular product to the respective regulatory agency, it may be a US FDA, it may be a European healthcare, or MHRA, HPRA, TGA, and visa. It is different from the different climatic zone which is categorized to the ICH guideline, and the rest of the world ROW market. Basically, there are three markets only: US, Europe, and the rest of the world. So their specification is different, their requirement is different. So during filing, we have to take each and every aspect. If it is fulfilling and giving the pre-specified result, that cannot be. But it is most important, whatever you are doing, you cannot be shared, which is very confidential with respect to product, with respect to company also. So there is very less chances to get copied and those information from the system. So there are various controls in our system, like server management. There are so many learning management systems like SAMA, LIMS, National CMC, EPMR we are using, MES systems we are using. So several things are there. For testing also, there are LIMS, Caliber, so several aspects which gather the data, which analyze and give the result in a very short form, which is easy to understand. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir.
My next question is from Mr. Sajid Atma. So, how can skill development and IP literacy among young scientists strengthen India's innovation capacity in the analytical domain?
It is a very good question for the current time. There is thousand of the students are doing the research work every year and publish the paper in different publishers. After that, they just forget the work done by them and proceed further in life. So it is very important to continue your project work and new innovation work to the commercial level or to the manufacturer level, so they can get benefited by it. And in the case of IP literacy, it is very important nowadays to protect our innovation from duplicacy or from other student. We can say that if we search one topic in an internet, there are thousands of the papers are there for the same analytical method development or the synthesis method development with slightly different in wording or the meaning or some there is also plagiarism checker is available for every research work plagiarism check. But also there is some AI tools are available which also do the plagiarism test checker. So it is very important to protect your innovative work from duplicacy as well as to continue at that individual work from the initiation for innovation to protect and the commercialization. It is very important and it will help the manufacturer also for new methods. There are some methods I saw in European pharmacopoeia and the Indian pharmacopoeia. They are just doing the same analytical method for any product, which is lengthy, which is time consuming, which is not cost effective. And we are in our laboratory, Asra, we are doing the same development for the same product which is cost effective, which is time effective, and this will also share with the IPC, the Indian Pharmacopoeia Corporation, for the implementation in our pharmacopoeia to save the time and money for the analytical activity. Thank you.
Sir, what about introducing skill development courses from AI and new things to our students?
There are different AI tools are available which are used in the method development, analytical method development, as well as there are like ChatGPT. If you put some problem in it, it will show you the solution of that particular problem. And like that ChatGPT, there are other AI tools are available which help the student for the development and to understand the analytical techniques like HPLC, GC, GCMS, LCMS, and to understand these techniques. And anyone take, if it is, he will or she will learn these techniques, he will understand how to develop a method in that particular, because skill development is not just learning operation of any instrument. It is far beyond it, to understand how to interpret the data and how to troubleshoot the problems and what happened inside the instrument. So if student learn through skill development and by the AI use, he will definitely improve their knowledge about the method development, method validation, and other things. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we have AI. We cannot run away from AI nowadays. Right? It's just everywhere. Coming from the academic side, we cannot escape from having students use AI to begin with. So what we can do is actually incorporate to teach them AI in the syllabus, to teach them to how to use it ethically.
Thank you.
My next question is from Dr. Yashoda Krishna Janapati. Sir, how can a small and medium pharmaceutical enterprise benefit from strong patent portfolio?
So for the definitely if what is that? If sharing is done ethically, adhering to suitable sharing mechanism, then small pharmaceutical companies will definitely grow in the international platform. So, for example, if you don't have any equipment, you can take from other people's help. If you don't have, for example, you can see any plants which are locally very good in African context. You can transfer to the Indian market. So it will definitely boost a small pharmaceutical companies internationally.
Thank you, sir.
So my next question is from Mr. Madan. So as I said earlier, there are many products and many innovations from different parts of universities. So then how can the students can connect to industrials like you for commercializing the product?
If you have a proper product and you want just a contact for any of the commercializing of product, there are many of the platforms which are given by Indian government also. Like SAGE also doing many of the programs for the industry collaboration. Nowadays in India, I don't feel so that any of the problem is with the commercialization of the products is.
Actually, in our university also there are many products. In fact, we have also made some products. But launching it in the market, it's very difficult for us to launch the product.
For launching of the product, you have to go with the market standard only. First, you have to what exactly the product is, what you are solving, and whom are the customer you are solving the problem with. You have to target those, and you have to market with those. And for the marketing now, we have many of the agencies which are involved with the only for the marketing of the product. Like you can do it on Amazon also, Flipkart. Many of the websites are available. You can easily do it.
Thank you.
Alright, yes, from yesterday's innovation exhibition, I see that there are a lot of innovation from you guys here. It's really good. What I can see now is a lot of industries are looking towards the evidence-based clinical data. So whatever they have done, we know that in Asia, we are very blessed. We have a lot of heritage, rich heritage of the medicines, herbs, and things like that. And all of these practices are actually passed down from generation to generation. But how can we actually convince the other people that this is actually beneficial? Right? So we need the clinical data. So this is what we are moving forward towards. Have more evidence base. So whatever that you have done, do back it up with your evidence. Then so scientific is something that is scientific, and then you will go.
I'm also want to add something in this question. There is a requirement before the commercialization of the product. The madam said the clinical trials are there. There is some approval from the regulatory authorities of India for the before commercialization of the product. Some documents are required for that, and the quality is important. The certificate of analysis and the validation of methods and the process validation of that particular product, which is also required before the commercialization. So it is not possible at the academic level. It requires so much of time and so much of financial requirement. That's why it is, but you need to contact with some manufacturer before commercialization of your product. So they will guide you about the process of the commercialization and which will help you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I am pretty agree with this, sir, because there are different approvals required, like WHO, local, your GMP approval. Apart from this, whatever process reject generated during your development, how you will scrap out or how you are treating those remaining materials, that is also important from environmental point of view. So it is not easy to commercialize any product, so you need to be searched where the similar products are available and how you can commercialize by giving your data with respect to different testing, US specification, which can be mimicked into their labs, and based on if it is meeting those criteria, you have the more chances to get commercialized. So there are several requirements which you need to be considered for commercialization. Thanks.
And ma'am, the scientific evidence is more important.
Yes, because you know, in the past days in Chinwada, there is a one cup syrup issue. Why it was happened? Because they have delivered all the cup syrup without releasing or testing the product from the QC. So, in absence of those data, it was taken by the small children and fatality will be happened. So it is more important because you have prepared, that is the one part, the reliability, the viability, the behavior of the product. It requires the data which you need to get approved from the respective WHO or GMP certification, and based on that you can market your product. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, what system of practices in effective data?
So in industry there is a very good systems are there. There are separate IT department who is taking control that you cannot share or take the outside into the your laptop or your system, anything. If you are using your own pen drive and you want to attach with your industry computer or your laptop, it will deny. So there are so many controls which rejected external and internal attachment, which is required to inhibit the data transfer from company to outside and outside to company. Apart from this, they have the system where you cannot alter the thing. Like if I have made one batch, start from the 10 a.m. and it is taking 8 hours to complete. So machine will or your system will not allow to take it before 10 and after 10. So that control is there. Whatever you are doing, it will fetching the same data. If you have started on 10 a.m., it will get the data on same time. So you cannot alter the data, you cannot edit it, you cannot change the results. So if you see having a different or deviation from the specification, and there will be a tremendous pressure, we have to be marketed it, so you can change your data, quality data, and you can get released. What will be happen? If it is out of your specification, out of your trends, you cannot change the data, and that is the regulatory requirement. That's why in US FDA, there is one part 11, 21 CFR part 11 compliance, where it will require electronic data data integrity, your electronic signature. So if I want to connect with one machine, it requires a separate login ID. It's required a authorization which cannot be allowed to other person to interact to change those critical process parameter into the machine and to change the behavior. So in an industry, the system is there, which is a regulatory requirement. So that data integrity, your electronic system. So we are trying to avoid the paperwork by doing this all EMRs and new technologies. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
I would like to take this liberty from moderator to just go to the previous questions, just 2-3 questions previous, as you told in that question that lot of research are doing and they are dumping the research. Our student has prepared in this conference 170 products they have prepared approximately, and most of the products are little bit in favor that they will come, there is a possibility to come in the market. Now there are 2 and 3 important questions arising with this, and I request all the panelists to please, what should be the mentality of the students to bring it from lab to market? Because preparing in lab is a single part, they have done it. But to come from lab to market, what should be the mentality? What should be the role of industry here now? Because student and academic come up with some idea. Now what should be the role of industry? How much help industry should be come up with this? So that part will be clear. It will be come to the market with the number of people prepare. In the previous semester also, final year students have prepared number of products. Then they got job, they go out, the product get done. So what should come up with that? That if some industry or anything may take this opportunity or play role, define the role, the product can bring up in 4 or 5 years or maybe in 10 years to that part. So I think that part, I think a lot of students are here, they want to listen what should be their role after preparing the product. They have prepared the product. Now to come into the market, what they need to do? How they need to go with that? I think that question, if you will let us, that will be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for asking the challenging question. First of all, congratulations to all the students who have prepared their drug, because it also required much effort, much research. Coming to your question, the student preparing the drugs and they are dumping because they are getting the jobs, and whatever research they have done, it was in that condition only. So the important thing, there are several aspects which I have earlier said. Whatever basic fundamentals we are taking during the B.Com or our graduation and post-graduation level or as a research scholar, when you come back to your work and when you are interacting with the industry, there is a huge gap and huge challenges. Because whatever you have done, I simply said, most of the person who are using this pharmaceutical Leon Lackman, so it is having a same syllabus and material which was earlier, there is no changes. But if you see in the industry, there are various development, but still there are old one machineries, old one. No new things are incorporated to the books. That's why students are reading. They are reading the old material only, because it was not provided to students. If you will provide a new material, student will read those material also. So the most important gap is your syllabus. which is not revised, which is not improvised as per the current scenario. First one. Second, in drug development, there is a phase. It is taking more than 25 years to get the commercialization. So there is no shortcut. It may be possible that more people will engage and they will get all data in a short period of time, but taking the approval, there is a no shortcut because it is happening to life. You have prepared, but the collecting data, the clinical trials, bioequivalency, bioavailability, the dose proportion, the selection of the dosage form, the clinical trials 1, 2, 3, your human behavior on particular disease, how they are responding, and what the challenges will arise post supplying to the market, how market surveillance will be there. So the pharmacological actions, their behavior, the market complaints which not arise during the development, it will came into a big picture. So the most important thing, there is a big gap of the syllabus. We have to be improvise that one. Another point, whatever fundamentals we are taking during the graduation, post-graduation, it will help only 15% as a technical skill. But apart from this, you require various skills like your decision making, your risk taking skills, how you are interpreting those data, how you are planning your batch in different conditions. Because in lab skill, what will be happen? We are not maintaining the RH temperature, so product behavior and the things will be get different. If there is a minor deviation in RH and temperature, if you are compressing a tablet, it could be generate of many defects which cannot be identified in your lab, but when you are mimicking into the same control environmental condition, I would say, you will not get those problems. So we have to be prepared in those control manner. As per my personal experience, when I am doing the research, I have gone through several literature. So the method which was given into the paper, research paper, same was I followed, but I have not get the same result. The thing is, the gap is the behavior of the product, which grade of excipients we are using, which grade of API we are using, it will give the different results. Why? There are the critical material attributes, CMS are there, critical process steps are there. So we need to be identified what those are the variables which can impact on my product and behaving in a same condition which was prepared in the lab and in the industry. Thank you.
Maybe can I teach something? Hello?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. So as Dr. Raghavendra mentioned that many products they have done in the university. So when you feel a product is promising, just file patent, provisional patent application. So that will protect you. Then one more thing is that university should establish technology transfer office so that those people can reach to respective industries. For example, if it is pharma or herbal industry, they can go to our government agencies like Ayush, any pharma industry in respect to herbal, Patanjali, and because why? We have already done provisional patent application. So it is protecting us from the backside. So after reaching to those government agencies or industries, and we also need to do standardize those manufacturing aspects as previous speaker has quoted, and analysis is also very important. Deployability, and one more important thing, God also should favor. Then it will lead to the market. It will definitely come into commercial product. That's my idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. But actually, the core of my question is that students are preparing a lot of product. And if I am talking about Glenmark itself, Glenmark is doing a lot of work in CSR. But the student, those who are, they require those students, those who are doing this thing, nobody, industry is shaking the hand for the student, motivating them or bringing their product to the market. So what should be the role of the industry in this? Should be figured out anyway. Any industry too should come up with that they should conduct, maybe these simple programs can be done by the industry to motivate the students so that their mental thought process, their involvement can be improved. And if it won't be, everything will be like just like a functioning by their pattern or license of SOP only. So we need to see this thing if we want something new to become, and the intellectual is present at the early stage of education. The role should be fixed for company itself also to motivate them. Thank you.
Rightly said, sir. So I forget to say that one. The Glenmark Indore, which is situated in Pithampur, that is making a drug or producing a drug for the US and Europe, because it is in a stage, special economic zone. So we are not preparing for the Indian domestic market. For domestic market, we have the another plant in Batti, Sikkim, Nashik. But yes, whatever products developed in your lab scale at institution level, that can be marketed through there are several CMOs, contract manufacturing organizations are there which are having the domestic market. So yes, by contacting them, you can directly market the product because they have their own labs, all the things. If anything required, they can add it, because in a regulatory market, approval is also important thing. But for applying to overseas, it is quite difficult because they will audit you, they will audit your facility, the equipment, the procedures, your company quality culture, everything they will assess. But for the domestic market, there are no such kind of big requirement. So I would request, yes, you can find the contract manufacturing organization where you can, in a short of period, you can launch your products. For the development from the industry, so in a regulatory point there are the restrictions, but in our R&D, as per the CSR requirement, so we are providing the internship also, where they will get a chance to expose with the industrial environment, industrial kind of instrument, their training, and they will get the project where you can continue your own project which you have done into the institution level, that you can get upgraded in those R&D centers and development centers. Is it okay, sir? Still you have a question?
I would like to answer. Actually, the question was on the innovation part. But look over to the industry, we are not working with the innovation part. We are doing the generic work, we are doing those types of analysis or those types of production unit we are having, which are very common in the, nowadays. So if you are talking about the innovation, then you have to go with the R&D work. Then again there will be documentation practices like sir already told about all the things. Those you can really do. But in academics, if you talk with me, then I will be saying you should be first be solving the industrial problem only. Not be going on the new drug and convention products or not on the discovery products. Like I am doing a work with a company in Hyderabad. They are generating the all the validation protocol with the AI as per the requirement of pharmacopoeia. Any of the pharmacopoeia you require, they will be developing the protocols on that, and they will be delivering you. It is solving the huge problem that we don't have to read the pharmacopoeia, we don't have to read the literatures, after which we will be preparing the protocols. Directly we will be having the protocol within a minute. These things can be worked out easily with the industries. So if you want to go with the industry and if you want to work with the industry, the thing is it should be industry ready. Not the innovation cannot be done in any of the industry. Because it required huge infra, huge literature to be worked out earlier only, then only a product can be commercialized. Hope I have cleared your problem.
I am also to this. Every student, sir, must keep in mind before developing a product or an analytical method with respect to. In case of product, you have to identify the need of that individual product, and company or manufacturing also involved in the case of if the requirement of that product or the new innovation is beneficial to them before commercialization. It is required so many of financial assets which company expend on that particular development and validations and other activities before commercialization. So student should keep in mind to innovate or develop any methods with respect to requirement of the market or the serving the society. Thank you.
Yes, from the industry point of view, it is really, yes, what they want to put their money on is what is important to the society at that point. Right? Yeah, so as a student, what you can do is keep yourself abreast with whatever that's happening outside. If you really want to go through this, being an innovator and entrepreneur, you really need to know what is happening outside. Read, connect, in conferences like this, there are so many industry partners that are here. Network with them, talk to them, and see what is needed. So you go to the ground and see what is the community needs. Just for example, I am from a background of allergy, so I work on allergy. So the prevalence of allergy is getting higher and higher every year. So this is something that we need to look upon. So yeah, what I worked on last time was using a traditional herb in Malaysia to see whether it has anti-allergy property or not. So that is something that you really have to foresee yourself to do it. And also, as a student, keep yourself curious about what is happening outside. As mentioned by students now, the drug development process is not a 1 or 2 year thing. It takes more than this, it takes 25 years. Even though now with advancement of technology, it has cut short some of the things, but still it is a very long process. So you really have to be, the enthusiasm in you needs to be there. Keep on the passion of knowing what is happening. And that, I just want to ask you a question. If you have discovered something that is good, what would you want to do? You'll be so happy and delighted to tell the world. Yeah, so keep that fire on, the passion as a student.
Everybody also opinion will help us students who are making new products every day. My is from all the panelists. One question that both they have all faced problems. how do you foresee international cooperation shaping the balance between innovation?
So I am coming to that question. As per my previous experience, I will not take the name of the company. I was involved in device development that was anti-steroidal drug, and which is having a device actuator, dry powder inhaler device. So we have worked around 2 years post development in R&D center. We have faced many challenges because MD has invested around 400 crores for that development, and everything is going very well in a manner, but in clinical trial too, it was failed. So whatever investment of 400 crore, that will get zero. So that was one scenario. It is not easy. After putting all the efforts, all the techniques, all the machineries, everything, when we come to Corona, so Glenmark was the company who has prepared a favipiravir and supplied to entire world, because we faced that tremendous pressure to prepare. When I have initially prepared, it was a batch size of around 10 lakhs tablets, which are getting more manpower, more around 4 shifts, because the packaging and everything is different. But within a week, when we have tremendous pressure of supplying all those drugs, we have doing our self-involvement, we have reduced it from 25 manpower to 6 manpower, 3 shift to 1 shift, where we are giving a 1 batch, we are able to give the 4 batches in a day. So in that period, we have getting the approval, but that time favipiravir also required a 25 years time period. But there is a provision in a medical emergency by seeing that your environmental condition and all the things, we have getting the emergency approval and we have able to deliver. So it is depends to disease, the condition, the environment, because Corona, no such drugs are available and it is more effective. So government has given the favipiravir for the market commercialization. Though there are several vaccines were under development, but it was most effective. So there is a difference which we need to be understand. It will take a 25 years. It will take if your product is more efficient at giving, so based on their closely market surveillance, they can give you a short approval for marketing also.
Thinking on the corona story treatment. So you can see that the AstraZeneca vaccine is a very good example of the collaboration between the industry and the University of Oxford. So we're really looking forward to this the gap that is between the industry and the academic research space.
Actually, we are finding a gap between what problem we have to solve and what exactly the student are solving. You can ask industry, we can share our problem, what we are facing with and how you can resolve it. This we can done on the what we call monthly basis or 6 monthly basis, so that we have a we have a solution in our hands.
As per requirement of regulatory or with respect to medicine commercialization, It is depend upon it what is the condition at that time. So we also get the approval for the vaccine, corona vaccine, with the stability, without stability study of that particular vaccine, and the expiry of 3 months or 6 months on the that particular vaccine. So the decision taken by the government and the manufacturer are for the human and for the society.
So, Yashoda sir, if you want to share something on the same question.
Can you repeat the question? I was having internet issues with it.
Yeah, sir, I'll read my question. In post-pandemic world, how do you foresee international corporations shaping the balance between innovation protection and public health needs?
Thank you. I think all the speakers have spoken on that. I didn't listen the question, but answers I have listened. Nothing from my end. Thank you.
Maharaj sir, you said there's a gap between students and industry, of what industry want and what students are making. So what can we do to close this gap? What can you organize seminars?
We are regularly, in my opinion, from my industry, we are regularly doing those types of exercise. I am participating in the innovation center also, and the problem we are having with the in the industry and how we can resolve it. I am regularly discussing with the sir also and the team member also for the how we can do all the things and what should be the next step we have to follow. So that we can be industry, you can also be industry ready, and we can resolve in the way that we have a better future for all of us.
Thank you.
Now I would like
to rate what you want to say. What should be done? So already you need to take problem statement. So definitely in coming semester we will conduct the pharma hackathon. We will take the problem statement from the industry and these fellows will go with the product so that we will try the
This time I can help you with here only. Like AI move is going on. We can have easily implementation of AI with all the instrument we are having, and how we can resolve them.
You can note the problem statement. Already sir has given the problem statement.
Already the work has been started at many of the industries. Many of the academic also, they are doing the work on the AI for implementing directly on the what we call the equipment for the review purposes, for the documentation purposes. Many of the things you can do automation from the AI. That you can easily do it.
Okay.
I would like the audience, everyone present here, to please feel free to ask the question to the respected panelists.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Myself Ashish Kumar Yadav, Assistant Professor, Institute of Commerce. My question basically on the student side, and that's you have said that from pilot scale to commercial basis, exhibit basis, the students which are freshers, right now they are various students from the last year which are placed in this year. So they don't know the accurate, visible, contemporaneous alpha clusters, 21 CFR, they doesn't know. At the time of Shukla, I have seen some students, they are freshers, even they have 6 months experience. What they do, and make some 2 to 3 and using blades, they don't know the data integrity. So how they develop their mindset before the joining USFDA plants or any other MNCs?
So this is the platform. This is the one of the platform where we are interacting with the industry partners the experts with the student, because what industry needs, it is important. Based on that, you can prepare your work or your focus, what industry required. You rightly said, they don't know about the 21 CFR, they don't know about the good manufacturing practices, they don't know about the good laboratory practices, how to do the good documentation which is required as per the regulatory authorities, because they don't want any adulteration or manipulation into the data which will have a huge impact post market supply of the particular product. So it is more important to have a different knowledgeable sessions which visit to industry to identify what kind of instrumentation or facility or kind of requirement having into the industry, so they can able to prepare their mindset and match the requirement of the industry. So it will be happen when more or more conversation, visit, your problem statements and interactive sessions with the experts, or having a one-day short vocational training into the industry. This kind of conferences will definitely help to bridge that academic and your industry gap.
I also want to add for this purpose, ASA and SAGE collaborate to train students for the analytical activities done in the ADL department and the quality control department with respect to entry-exit procedure from to the analytical result interpretation. We are just collaborating with the SAGE University and train all the students of SAGE as well as other universities for readiness, ready to use for the manufacturing side, and they have got better knowledge with respect to which is nowadays gap between the manufacturer and the academic institution. The requirement of manufacturing and the academic are different. So we just work as a bridge between the manufacturer and the academic institution, and ready the students for the new era of development and analytical exposure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else have any question?
Good morning, sir. My question is that you said that a student not innovative ideas, not existing industrial problems, but then how industry usually student make prototypes.
Can you please repeat once again?
A question at you said that or you mentioned that students you mentioned that students should not work on innovative idea but should work on existing industrial problem. But then my question is that how usually industry adopt the student research prototypes.
In my opinion, I am seeing on regular basis we are adopting the new technologies, we are adopting the new techniques. AI is also developed in one of the lab only. So industry is easily adopting those technologies which are friendly, which we originally having the problem, and we can easily run the prototype. We actually do the validation first for any of the prototype, then only we commercialize it. If terms of industry we talk about.
But sir, if students do not work on innovative idea, then how they develop a new or innovative research prototype that industry can adopt and can help industry?
I just want to interrupt. Where is the innovative ideas coming from? It is coming from the what is the requirement of that individual time and individual scenario. I think if you think that student having that innovative idea, so what is the importance of that particular idea with respect to society, with respect to manufacturer, and with respect to that particular student? That will proceed through R&D, and if you share with your idea with the particular R&D department and they work on it and establish a manufacturing method or analytical method for the commercialization. So we are not stopping you for the new innovation. We just want a new innovation for an individual for a solution of an individual problem. That's why we are just saying it.
Sure, I just want to add on. Sure. The industry, yes, they are looking for solutions for the current things. What we are actually proposing is for you students to work hand in hand with them. They are not going to snub you or look down on your new innovations. Instead, as an innovator, as a student, think of it as how your new innovations can help what is needed now. So that's where we are working hand in hand with the industry.
Does anyone else have any question from the audience? Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you everyone for your valuable insights. And now I would like to ask our chairperson to please conclude the session with her closing remarks.
Thank you to the panelists here and also for our professor who is joining us online for this discussion about IPs and things like that. It was a really interesting discussion. We see there are a lot of challenges and gaps between the academic research and the industry. And how we can actually do this is perhaps the industry can really come in more. Maybe that's a CSR. CSR to introduce to the students what is needed from the industry. The academic point of view, we need a lot of exposure and mentorship and training. So please come in and help us out. Funding is of course an important thing for us. Industrial grants, even the small grant will actually do a big thing for us. It's very important for us here. Apart from that, so for students, be curious, be enthusiastic, and also have the entrepreneurial mindset in here if you really want to go on to this being an innovator. So don't stop. Your innovation, your study here doesn't stop here in the university. You still have a long way to go. Learning is a continuous thing, is day by day. So do not stop learning and being open to whatever that's inside. So in terms of IP, I guess the thing is patent, save yourself, safeguard yourself, then publish, then just continue innovating.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I would like to thank all the respected panelists for sparing us the time. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Now I would like to hand over the mic to the anchors for the proceedings of the presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Audrey, and thank you to all the eminent panelists for such a rich and insightful discussion. Special thank to our moderator, Samvari and Emily, for making the session so effective and keeping the energy alive. We conclude our third panel discussion on IP, patents and technology transfer. We hope you enjoyed the exchange of ideas and perspectives. Now it's time to felicitate our honorable guest with a token of respect. So I would like to call upon Dr. Ravin Dubey for felicitation of Dr. Audrey. Now, I would like to call Dr. Shantilal Shindule for the felicitation of Mr. Amit Mahajan. Also, Dr. Janapati has joined us online, so we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for taking the time to be with us. Your presence has truly added a great value to the program. Thank you so much. I would like to call Dr. Akash Singh Pawar for the felicitation of Mr. Sachin Rajan. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Nibal Dongre for the felicitation of Dr. Nibal. That concludes our panel discussion.